Coral reefs are found in tropical oceans near the equator. A reef is a coral community made up of thousands of different organisms living together. It's actually living and grows very, very slowly, only about 1 inch per 100 years. For your coral reef, you will need canvas board, instant paper mache, oven-baked clay, acrylic paint, a fish stencil, paintbrushes, wax paper, masking tape, and clay sculpting tools. This project is so unique, let's not waste a minute. Let's take a look at our finished coral reef. Let's get started right away because I'm anxious to show you this technique. The first thing we have is a canvas board, and I'm going to squirt paint all over the background. Now, isn't this a lot of fun? And you're just going to take different colors that would be kind of ocean colors. So I've got greens and blues and aquas and a little lavender. And you're going to go all the way around, trying to get a pretty even coat so that there's color all over. And let's just put a little bit more blue, because we're going to spread this all the way along our entire surface. Now, the next step is to lay a piece of wax paper over your board, and you're going to smash it down with your hands. Now, make sure you've covered your work surface, because you're going to get paint down that'll be seeping down out of the side. Then to create the look of the water, I'm actually going to take my finger and run it down in sections. Now remember, there's not a right or a wrong way. This will be just kind of a really free-form color, and we're going to add other things on top. And when you're all done, you want to carefully peel this up, and you've created your background. Now, if I don't like that background, I can put it back down. Let's say I want to create a couple more stripes going this way. And you can work with it. Just don't work with it too long, because eventually your colors are going to get all muddy. Isn't that gorgeous? Now we're going to set that aside to dry. And I have one that's all finished here. Now the next step is to lay down your coral reef. For my coral reef, I've mixed some paper mache, and you can use it just right out of the plastic bag. And the paper mache is actually made from 8 ounces of water and about 1/4 pound of mache. So you want to just smear it onto the bottom and create your reef effect. And I have one where I've got it all created here and dried. So we'll lay that down. Now you can see some other parts of the reef here. These are actually made out of clay. Let me grab a towel here, and I'll pull my clay in. I'm using a granite clay, and it is an oven-baked clay, and you put it in the oven at 275 on a glass plate for about 15 minutes per 1/4 inch. And to make that reef, I just pinched it between my fingers, and then I took the end of a molding tool, or you could use a toothpick, and just poked some holes in it. So when that's baked, it will come out and look like this. Now your very last step is to put some fish into your coral reef. Now I'm going to have, you can use any color you'd like. I've got, lots of fish are black and white, but I'm going to put a little yellow onto this one. And I'm using a pouncing motion with my stencil brush and not using too much paint. I'm blotting it off. I'm going to pick up a little black. And I'm going to make this one almost all black so he really shows up against that blue background. Remember, fish are all different colors, so you can choose the color you'd like. Now lift that up. And that's my first fish. Now you could continue and create fish all the way along. Now the only other thing that you might want to do is to create or paint your reef. Reefs really don't have a lot of color. They're traditionally or mostly shades of browns and tans. So you would paint your reef, and that's all there is to it. Now let's go back to our finished coral reef, and you can see some of the detail. Remember, create the fish you like and add all the details.